Hey everybody, welcome to the shop. Today we got ourselves a new turning video. I'm doing a gear shift tire spinner and I'm going to be using this maple blank to wrap it in. So let's get started. Alright, time for our first step. What we're going to have to do is measure our blank. So we're going to first take our tube out of our case. Now we want to mark it so we know how far off to cut it. Now what we want to do here is to be able to have just a little bit of meat on the end. We don't want it so much that it's going to be sticking out, but we don't want it so far that we're going to have a lot of material that we've got to cut off. So I try to get it as close as I can without going over. And now we mark the other side and we do it that same way. We just try to get as close as we can without going over. Now, I always like to put an X on there so I know which side is going to be the part that I'm going to use and the part that's going to be waste. Next thing is we need to find a center line so that way when we drill the holes, we can know where it is. So this little jig I got off of Amazon, we put that right in here. And now we can make our mark, we can turn it, make our mark, and now we have our center line. So let's go on to the next step. Alright, I got my 3/8 drill bit chucked up. We're nice and tight. We're ready to drill this thing. Alright, we're on to the next step. We're going to be gluing the tube into the blank. And before we do that, we're going to take some Play-Doh and we're going to put it on each end so that way we don't get anything on the inside of it. Okay, now we just let it sit. Okay, the epoxy is dry And we're ready to get this all squared up on each end. Now, it's not going to take very much, but we still need to get it squared up. So now we'll just pop the Play-Doh out of there. And now we can start working. Okay, we're ready for the next step, which is we're about to turn this thing. After we get done turning it, I'm going to use some sandpaper, which is 150 up to 600 grit. So we're going to do those two steps next. Okay, we're now done with getting the monogram put onto here, and it looks really good. I was a little concerned about potential charring or burning or anything around the outside of it, and being that this is a maple blank. But it still came out looking really, really good, and I'm really happy with it. So the next step is going to be to put this back onto the lathe. Well, I'm going to put it on my other lathe, and we're going to get some finish on here. So I'm going to be using CA glue. I'm going to use 5 coats of thin CA glue to get this sucker locked in. I'm going to use 5 coats of medium CA in order to build up some layers. Then I'm going to use micro mesh in order to sand it down and get this sucker looked absolutely gleaming. So it's going to be time to get started with this. But while I got you here, since you've made it this far in the video, then I'm guessing that you probably like it. So if you think that I've earned your subscription, then I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up. And if you don't, it's all good. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for watching my video. So it's time to get started. All right, we're back and we are ready to assemble the pen. Now the instructions say to be careful with this little nib right here, so I am going to use a piece of leather to try to protect it. Next, we're going to take the bearing and push it into the holder. We put the holder on top of the little nib, and now we're going to take the little screw and actually screw it into it. Then we take the little tire, and we got to hold on to the little black part right here and thread it on. Now we'll take the nib back off. And we have the spring here, and the small side, it is tapered a little bit. The small side goes on first. Put it inside, make sure that it's working okay and seated. Put our nib back on. And that is really cool. So another thing I've done is I went and printed off a box here in order to be able to put it in. So next we're going to put the box together. Which it also has a top and a bottom cover to go on there. And on the top cover we do have a little nameplate, which is pretty cool. We're going to use some CA glue here. All right. Next thing is we're going to put the two shell pieces on. This is our bottom piece, which goes this way. Our top piece goes on like so. And this has 3D printed plastic screws to be able to keep it on. Don't want to crank down on them, they are just plastic screws after all. And there is a little lock on here, which is pretty cool as well. There's a little lip right here, which actually fits into a groove. So this just slides into place. And now it locks in and opens up. I have also, off camera, went ahead and made a foam insert to put into here. And that fits into there, just like so. This was a really fun project. I really enjoyed it. I look forward to doing some more. And I also look forward to giving this as a gift as well. So the 3D printed box came off of Maker World, and the pen kit actually came from Penn State Industries. So this is the gift for this year, and I think it's super cool, and I think the guy who's going to get it is going to really like it. He likes cars, along with a few other guys that I have down there at work. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe, and I'll see y'all again next time in the workshop.